If you're anything like me, you've been spending some time thinking about your thoughts and how your mind works and your mental habits. Don't for 1 minute think that I've got all this figured out. If I did, I would be writing the book instead of studying a book. So, why do you think I'm reading The Telomere Effect or listening to various videos and podcasts? Our life's journey should always be about learning more. Learning challenges us, keeps our minds alert, which, by the way, has been studied to help keep us from developing early dementia. Do you know one of the best things you can do later in life is to learn a new musical instrument? One of the new things I'd like to do when I retire is teach a senior piano class. Another is I'd like to learn a new instrument myself. So, I know I suffer from these mental habits: pessimism, rumination, negative mind wandering, all those things, and cynical hostility. At various times, I know I do. So, how about we work together and try to make some headway and some changes? Change our mental habits. I'm going to touch on a few resilient thinking ideas in the book: thought awareness, mindfulness training, life purpose, and waking up joyful. So, let's get started. We'll start tomorrow with accepting ourselves. First thing is first, accept yourself. Why and who you are, where you are. Let me say that again. Accept who you are, where you are right now. No amount of scolding yourself is ever going to be effective. If you have a negative thought, you've got to accept it. And realize that a negative thought only has power over you if you, Y-O-U, give it power. Why do we believe those negative thoughts anyway? Do we have to act upon them? Do we really have to have bad feelings because of one negative thought? So let's start with thought awareness. Take that controlling blindfold off. Let the negative thought come, but don't react to it. Easier said than done? Yeah. Activities that promote this kind of awareness without reaction include meditation and mind-body exercise. What the heck is mind-body exercise? Well, anything can be. Remember how I don't listen to music or podcasts when I walk? Instead, I try to notice the details of my environment as I pass. The clouds and their formations, the different birds singing or early in the morning, the distant train or engine, the wind rustling the leaves. I look for things that I can see through Patch's eyes. There's an advantage to having a hunting dog. He's always hunting. Don't get me wrong, I still have negative thoughts, even after walking nearly every day for an entire year. That's because life happens, but I have noticed that if I let the thought come and it dissolves much sooner. Take a walk today and just follow the clouds, or notice the beautiful green leaves against the blue sky. It's a pretty nice day for the 2nd of August in Missouri. Take a walk. Notice things. Let your mind have the thoughts, but be kind and generous to yourself and move on. Close your eyes. No, really. Close your eyes. Now breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, keep your eyes closed and focus on the movie screen of your mind. As if you're really at the movies, watch your thoughts go by. Maybe your thoughts are like cars on a freeway or a freight train that hasn't slowed at the crossing. As the book states, and others I've listened to have said, label them, accept them, even laugh at those thoughts, but let them move on by. You should really listen to Eckhart Tolle. His humor is contagious, and he describes how to react to your thoughts. So, what does thought awareness do? For one thing, it can reduce brooding and rumination. It puts some space between the thought and your reaction. And it's help if you realize you don't have to follow the storyline in your head. Do you have any idea how many of our thoughts repeat? They keep repeating themselves. Do you have to listen to them? About 90%, according to the authors, that's how many thoughts repeat themselves. 90%. You know that saying, don't believe everything you hear? Well, don't believe everything you think. So here's some homework. Incoming negative thought. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Imagine you are only a witness to the thought and let it pass by on the movie screen. Continue to focus on breath throughout until the thought no longer occupies your brain space. Try it. Not just once, but a couple of times. It's mindful practice, and it's good for all of us. Really, what I asked you to do yesterday was a mini meditation break. I take many of them throughout the day. I try to practice as often as I can. Sometimes I can practice a lot, sometimes I can't, and sometimes I'm horrible at it. But I have come to enjoy the moments. Taken from the book, picture your mind as a snow globe, the thoughts swirling and unsettled like a blizzard. These mini breaking points, mind breaks, allow those thoughts to settle just like the globe. And then we can move on. If you have the opportunity to practice longer meditation, even take a meditation class, I think you should do it. I would love to go on a meditation retreat. Research tells us that those who have the opportunity to take a retreat are less anxious, more resilient, and empathetic, even in the long term. Plus, they tend to have more purpose in life. A sense of purpose gives us a mission. It's easier to make decisions and to plan. What does all of this mean for our health? Can you guess? Reduce the risk of stroke, gives us improved immune function, and even less belly fat and higher insulin sensitivity so that we can use the sugars in our body. It's probably not a coincidence that those with greater purpose also tend to take better care of themselves. When we feel we have a purpose in life, we tend to feel that we are involved in something bigger than ourselves. As I get closer to retirement age, I am both excited and apprehensive. Teaching students every day to hopefully love music is part of the purpose. What happens when I retire? When anyone retires? I think there's another reason why studies have shown that learning a new instrument in life later decreases the chance of dementia. One, it's learning something new, and two, there's a purpose. Part of the reason I want to develop my new Shackley business is to have that when I retire. Not only for the income, but because I want to help others, and it will give me a greater, higher purpose. Today, you have permission to think. What is your higher purpose? For our last day of the week, I want you to think about self-compassion or kindness to yourself. Do you extend the same warmth and understanding to yourself that you would extend to a friend who is confiding their thoughts and demons to you? Are you patient with the parts of your personality that you don't like? When something painful or bad happens, do you try to take a balanced view of the issues? Do you recognize that everyone has flaws, not just you? Do you take care of yourself? Let's rephrase these questions. When you fail, what do you do? Do you berate yourself? Do you feel inadequate? Are you judgmental? If you reply to these questions with a yes, then it's time to develop some self-compassion skills. If you can show yourself some compassion, you'll have less anxiety and depression. The book actually calls self-criticism a form of self-pity, while self-compassion actually helps strengthen your ability to cope with the troubles of life. So to begin to cultivate passion for the self, let's make a decision to start the day with gratitude. Rather than jump right into all of those things that's waiting for you on your to-do list, let's just stop and say, I am alive. What can you be grateful for tomorrow when you wake up? We have no idea what the day might hold, but we at least have a fresh new day to start it with. Telomeres tend to be shorter with negative thinking. However, they stabilize or lengthen when we learn stress resilience. I don't know about you, but I am thankful to be alive, and I'm not going to waste it if I can help it. So let's be compassionate over the weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.